welcome back to our channel. More than likely you guys will see this video after New Year, so happy New Year. Currently right now in real time it's December 28th. December 28th, I want to say. It's a Sunday. We are at Josiah's first training with a new trainer, which I'll get into in a second. But yeah, you guys are probably going to see this after the New Year. So happy New Year. Hope you guys bring in the New Year great.
On my New Year, I'm going to cousins, and today my mom's braiding my hair. It's already, hopefully it's already done, and I'm going to my nana's, and tomorrow I'm going to cousins. I don't know how long, but Judge is not gonna be there. So if you miss him, comment down below. But if you don't miss him, we can't do anything for that.
She is going to go down to Houston with my mom and my sister. My sister came into town from Chicago. And they're going to go down to Houston with my sister again, right? We just came back from Houston last month for New Year or Thanksgiving. And they're going to go down there for New Year's. I can't go because I have to work. So they're going to go down there. You know, the kids are on Christmas break. So they are going to go down there for New Year's and all the good stuff. And me and Josiah are going to sit back here.
Stay home.
I am braiding her hair, so that's why it kind of looks undone. But I'm putting her hair in some braids, but I had to stop because we are at his new training, which is fantastic. So as you guys know, or if you don't know, my son plays football, and he is, okay, I should know this. He's D1. I think it's his position, right? If you guys follow us on TikTok, then you'll see I got like this whole thing going on over there where I'm trying to just figure out the whole football game, right? The whole thing. I don't know nothing about the sport, and it's sad. So anyway, but I think I got his position right. D1, right? Anyway, so with that being said, we found him a new trainer. Well, we found him a trainer. Which we're so excited about. So my son never grew up in sports like that, meaning like from little league on. Like I had him in a few things. When he was younger, he did baseball a little bit. It was like the community baseball team, but it was never a professional sport that he played for a long time, right? And so with him playing football now, he's a little bit behind because again he didn't grow up playing the sport, right? So he kind of got a little discouraged because nobody was looking at him as far as colleges and stuff like that. Although physically, you know, my son is a catch, meaning, you know, in the football world, he's tall, he's dark, he's athletic, he has a nice build. So he absolutely has the look. I don't think it's going to be hard for him, but you know, it's not just about the look, it's about the skill as well. I even said, you know, I think some colleges may be interested off looks alone and are willing to train him after, you know. But anyway, we wanted to find a trainer or get him into some type of camps because, you know, it's going to be his senior year. Right now he's 17, he's a junior. But in the football world, like, we're behind. Meaning, you know, he should already have the skill. Many schools should already be looking at him, and they're not. And so me and him both got discouraged. I got discouraged because I'm like, you know, I'm hoping and praying financially I have the ability to get him into these trainings and get him into these camps that he needs to go to get the right training. He was discouraged because no colleges was looking at him, and you know, it's about to be his senior year. So we was like, you know, we wasn't going to give up or nothing, but we were kind of feeling down because we're like, okay, all his other friends were getting, you know, chosen and stuff like that. And we was just like, you know, we were just getting a bit discouraged. But one of Josiah's friends at school had told him about this trainer. And actually, one of Josiah's friends who used to go to the same school, but his friend moved. Me and his mom are really cool, both from Chicago, you know, all the good stuff. And so she's really cool. She's really open. She, you know, knows a lot of people. And I believe she mentioned the trainer's name before. I just probably either forgot, you know. And then when Josiah's other friend at school or football teammate mentioned the trainer's name, I was like, oh, is that the same guy, you know, that his other friend, his mom was mentioning? So he's like, okay, let's just take a look, you know? So it happened to be the same trainer. And he's supposed to be like the best, right? And so he's like, okay, well, let's do it, you know? And Josiah reached out to him. He was very financially reasonable with his training and stuff. So I was like, okay, let's do it. Like, let's go. That was my thing. Like I said, financially, if we get him into, you know, a camp or get him into one of the good, you know, greatest trainers or good trainers out here, you know, financially, am I going to be able to afford this? But he was affordable, and I was amazed, and I was like, okay, let's go. We're going to do whatever we need to do. And so today is the first training with his new coach. And I'm excited for him. It seems that the coach has his like a bunch of kids, and he has his own like family of kids, and like it seems like a real legit, like those his boys, you know, and he really gets down and dirty with them and really trains and teaches them. And one thing that Josiah told me with his first conversation that he had with the trainer, he asked him about his GPA. He said off the bat, he asked me, and I said, that's good. Because that lets me know that he doesn't just care about you playing football. He cares about you having the education and the smarts to do this. Because at the end of the day, your education does come first. I know you love this sport. I know this is probably what you want to do, you know, going forward the rest of your life. However, your education is important. Okay, you got to keep your grades up even when you get to school. And even if you do get a full scholarship on football, you still got to keep your grades up. So I really love that about that question that he asked him. So I'm excited. I'm hoping everything works out. I'm hoping that this is an opportunity where we can go really far with this trainer. And that he can just really, you know, and from my son's my son's mom, the coach seems to be that guy. And I'm just hoping that we could be a part of the team, and, you know, Josiah is able to just take everything that he can from this opportunity. And I hope this is the big break that we needed for him, because again, he didn't grow up in football, you know, since he was younger. So we already have missed out on a lot of skills and a lot of skill set because we were, you know, he wasn't a part of football like that. So I'm excited for him. I'm really excited. I'm hoping this is the opportunity that he needed to get far and just have a great football, you know, career, if that's what he wants to do going forward. And I'm excited for him. I'm excited. I can't wait to hear how his first practice went. We went up the street to Baskin and Robbins, I told you. Because I didn't want to, it was like 30 minutes away from the house. And I'm like, should I go back home or should I just stay around here? Because I do need to go back and finish her hair. But I'm like, by the time I get back to the house, sit down and start to finish her hair, he gonna call me and say, Mom, I'm done. And I'm gonna be pissed. So I said, let me just find somewhere where we can just chill for a second and wait it out. So I'm excited. I don't know, it just dawned on me like a couple months ago, like, girl, you about to have a senior. Like, this is gonna be his last year. And this is also a big moment for you as a parent. And I don't think a lot of parents really understand that, or other people really understand that. When your child is a senior, that's a big moment for you, especially if you are a single parent and you have primarily done all the raising by yourself. You know, this is a big moment for you. Like, you need to be patting yourself on the back because you got through it. You got through all of this, whether it was by yourself, primarily by yourself. It was a long road. It was a stressful road. And your son is about to grab. You made it. You made it. You made sure he made it, or she made it. 18 years. Now, what they do after that, girl, they legal by then. But I mean, of course, you want them to continue on and pursue. She must have took her. You took your seatbelt off. Now you making noise, and now they can't hear us.
I don't care.
Oh, you see how she treats y'all? I know I'm gonna bawl out, cry. When my son walks across the stage, I am going to bawl out, cry. Like, I can cry just thinking about it, because just thinking back all of the years, you know, and I know a lot of people say this, oh, I remember when. It's a real feeling, like remembering when your child was a baby or when they were young, and the moments when, you know, I was in my first apartment. It was me and him, and when I didn't have any furniture yet, we was, you know, sleeping on blow up beds, and you know, all the things that I went through with my that first child, and you went through a lot of stuff with, and then just to see, you know, him and I, and just him walking across that stage, like that was my firstborn. Like, you were the reason I became a mother, you know, and just like, you know, primarily doing a lot by myself. Yeah, he had those 2.5 years, you know, living with his dad, but that was 2.5 years out of what, 15 years, you know, 14, 15 years that I did it a lot by myself, you know. So it's just like, it's crazy. And I know I'm gonna bawl. I'm gonna bawl crying. I'm gonna have an 18-year-old. Like, he's 17 now, but I'm gonna have an 18-year-old. I'm gonna have an 18-year-old graduate.
Baby.
Like, and I told him, I said, technically, like, after high school, like, your life is yours, right? Like, this is, I told him, this is a very important moment, because this could end your schooling, meaning you don't have to go off to college if you don't want to, right? But if you choose to, that will be wonderful, and that will be great, and I hope you do, you know. But I'm not going to be one of those parents that forces you to go off to college. You're just going to have to do something when you graduate. That's my only rule. Whether you go off to trade school or whatever you want to do, but you're going to do something, right? But, you know, essentially, if he doesn't want to go out to college, this is your, like, from kindergarten to senior year, your school years are over after this. That's a big milestone. Now you're progressing to another part of your life. So it's a big thing. It's a really big thing. People don't really, I don't think, see it like that sometimes. But graduating from high school is a big milestone. And it's essentially ending one part of your life and allowing you to start another. And I think it's great. Hey guys, it is in real time. Today is Tuesday, January 20th. In real time, it's been a couple weeks since I have recorded these past few scenes. The past few clips you guys have seen was from the end of 2025. So it's been a while since I have picked up this camera again. But Happy New Year, officially. Happy New Year. Quite a bit has been going on since the last time I picked up the camera. You know, I'm trying to be very honest and very transparent on this platform. And if you guys really watch my videos and you really keep up with me, then you know that my normal content that I used to film on both of my channels, my fashion channel, Monet's Curvy Closet, and this channel, a few years ago, I want to say maybe 3 years ago, I was very consistent. And I've talked about this several times. I was very consistent. I was very much uploading every Tuesday, every Thursday on this channel, uploading every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on the other channel. I was very consistent. And the reason why I was very consistent was because I didn't have to worry about finances. That was during the time when me and my mom and my brother, all of us lived together. All the bills were split. So my finances were in good standing to where I didn't have to take time away and do these side jobs and things of that nature. And it didn't take away from me being consistent on my platforms. Well, because, you know, they have moved out a couple years ago, and we all kind of parted our ways as far as living quarters, that put a strain on me. Not saying that I'm upset or mad about that. I do think all of us needed our own space. I don't regret the decision. I'm sure my mom and my brother are happy. I'm happy with the, you know, having my own space or whatever. So I don't regret the decision at all. You know, I just wish I was financially prepared before they left. That was my plan, but I wasn't. And so therefore, I'm paying for it. 3 years later, I'm still paying for it because I am just hustling and bustling, trying to make things work, trying to make ends meet. And I hate it. I hate this stage of my life, I've been hating it, right? Again, I want to be very transparent on my channel. I pride myself on being as open as much as I'm willing to be and transparent on all of my platforms, because I don't want to ever come on social media as this perfect person. When I decided to be a content creator, whether it was vlogging or fashion, I said I wanted to be transparent. I wasn't going to come on here with this great aesthetic and these great camera shots and these great background shots and these great, you know, way of living. Like, I'm not at that point yet. I'm not at that aesthetically pleasing point of my life yet. I'm just coming to you with the real and what I have now and what I go through now, which, if I may be very honest, is what a lot of people like to see. People like to see realness. People don't always like to see the glitz and the glams. They don't like to see the perfect apartments and the perfect housing and the perfect looks and the perfect shots and the perfect background and the perfect well put together furniture and the well put together living room and the big beautiful bed, and you know, all of the things, right? People like to see the real, because a lot of us are dealing with the real. A lot of us are still struggling. A lot of us are having to deal with what the hell is going on in this administration. That is another thing that has kept me down from being consistent. I don't even know if I should make a whole nother video regarding that. It's so much going on in this world. It's weighing on me. My finances and just this administration. You guys know, if you don't know, you're clearly living under a rock. There's many different people in different countries that know that ICE is out here running amok. ICE is out here killing folks, shooting folks, abusing their authority. I stand completely against what they're doing. I speak about it on my platforms. And being a black woman and raising a black teenage 17-year-old boy, you know, that is soon to be a man. He's a young man. And you know, raising a young black boy, I'm nervous. I'm scared. I don't know what the hell. It's not just you know, immigrants, Hispanics in the Latin community. They're now grabbing up anybody, right? Any white, I mean, well, yeah, you see what they did to Renee Good. You see what they did to I think his name is Kevin Porter. They're grabbing up anybody, right? We've always been a target, black and brown people, but they're grabbing anybody. And I'm just, my mental is shot, y'all. My mental is shot. And so it's stopping me from being consistent on my platforms. Okay, son, you coming at the right time. Is this the Lord talking to me? Oh. Is it y'all seeing that in real time? Okay, you know, part the clouds and come through with the sunshine. We need something, because it's a lot going on in this world. I'm just very flustered. I'm very frustrated. It's a lot. And having to look over your shoulders and have your head on a swivel at all times. You don't know if they're going to pull up at your school, your kid's school. I'm afraid for my children. My daughter, she's sick. She don't, you know what I'm saying? I have conversations with my son. Unfortunately, I've had those conversations of what he should do, what he should not do in those situations. But how do you have that same conversation with a 6-year-old who is autistic? You know, I heard that they, you know, shot a kid. ICE. I don't know that part to be true, but I wouldn't put it. They are doing things completely illegal, like all kind of your legal rights are thrown out the window. You don't have any. They're not abiding by any rules and regulations. And so it's like, how do you explain these things to a 6-year-old? How do you prepare her, you know, for what may happen, you know? And we're hoping and praying it never happens. We're hoping and praying that we never have to come in contact with ICE. But you just don't know. I feel like we are living in our ancestors' time. The fact that the tear gas and all of the raids, and this is what my ancestors had to go through. And in 2026, you mean to tell me we still have to go through this shit? All of this has just really put a pause on me being consistent within my content. And I miss vlogging, I miss uploading, I miss editing for both of my channels. I miss it all. I try to incorporate little things here and there. I try not to let my pages go completely dry. I try not to let my platforms go completely dry. and deserted. So I'm trying to post things here and there just to let you guys know, hey, I'm still here. I'm still active in a way, but it's not what I originally came on social media for, you know? And I want to get back to that content, but I'm just so discouraged. I'm so frustrated. I'm so overwhelmed. And it's a lot. And I'm just like, Lord, this can't, the next 3 years, we can't do this. We can't go through this. Like, what are we doing? How is this happening? And again, I say a lot of stuff on my platform, on my social media, my TikToks and my Instagrams and stuff like that. But, you know, we're here because a lot of people didn't want a black woman in office. Let's just cut it there. We're here because, you know, a lot of people didn't believe in having a woman in office. And for some reason, not necessarily just felt like he was the better candidate, Donald Trump, but we all know that the election was stolen. We're going to say allegedly, you know, for legal purposes, but let's be real, okay? The way this man is throwing a temper tantrum, the way he is suing and threatening and doing all of the things left and right when he can't get his way, he's a big ass fucking baby. Like, I'm gonna just say this: somebody needs to do it. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Somebody needs to do it. Somebody needs to take one for the team, because this is the fact. I'm watching videos. Literally before I recorded this, I came across a video on TikTok. A man was at a gas station, at a Shell gas station. I surrounded them and just pulled up to him and said, "You have some ID." The man was pumping gas. The man who was recording the video, the ICE agent blocked him and said, "Hey, do you have a job?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, this is my job." The ICE agent gonna say, "You make money from this?" "Yeah, I do." The ICE agent gonna say, you got something else? Can I help you with something?" No. He's recording the bullshit that y'all doing out here. And then he gonna say, well, the ICE agent says, "Well, no, I'm not saying it's illegal to record, just don't interfere." You're interfering with him. You walked up to him and asked him for an ID, because the ICE agent, it was a guy who was recording, and it was a person who was getting a person who was pumping gas. And so the person who was pumping gas, they just walked up to him and said, "Hey, do you have any ID?" And then when they noticed the guy who was recording the person who was at the gas pump, they started messing with him, talking about, "You got some ID?" He showed him his ID, but he was like, "What? Am I under arrest? You know, am I doing something illegal?" And the ICE agent gonna say no, just don't intervene. You're intervening with him. If it's legal for him to record, you're intervening with him. He's not touching y'all. He's not in y'all face. He's standing back recording. But because y'all feel some type of way about someone recording y'all, then don't be doing the job then. You don't want to be seen. You don't want to be recorded. Then don't do the fucking job. Don't wear a mask then. It's just when I just start talking about it, it gets me so frustrated, because I just think of my children. Like, my kids just can be walking down the street. It was a video I came across. A woman, she was walking down the fucking street and they asked her for ID. She said, "I don't need ID to walk in my neighborhood." And that's facts. She's walking. Like, they're literally abusing their power and just walking up to people. I could be sitting in my car right now. God forbid, ICE can just walk up to me. "You got some ID?" I'm sitting in a fucking in a grocery parking lot. Of course, I'm operating a vehicle, so yeah, I should have my license on me, which I do. But the fact that I'm sitting here chilling, I'm not bothering anybody, and you just walk up, and they're literally admitting. I seen another video. They're literally admitting they're pulling people over or stopping people because they have an accent. Half of you motherfuckers that's on ICE have accents. Half of you ICE agents have accents. Like, real shit. The ICE agents that you see, they are either Latin, they're either Asian. Half of you motherfuckers are, I'm not gonna say immigrants, but half, if you're pulling people over simply because of their looks, you look just like them, the same people you're pulling over. Ain't that crazy? It's just, we cannot go through another 3 years. We can't. This is just, oh my God. Someone needs to take one for the team. If you know what I know, if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Listen, because it's too much. I'm thinking about my children. They're manhandling people with no care in the fucking world. And a lot of these idiots, MAGA idiots on social media, still in agreement and have the nerve to defend ICE, talking about, well, they don't know what those civilians have. The videos I've seen, the civilians are innocent. They're not pushing back on ICE. They're simply saying, no, I'm not getting out the car, which you have a right to refuse to get out the car if you're not under arrest or if you're not endangering people. If I'm sitting in my car and you ask me to get out, there's no probable cause. I don't have to get out. I'm sitting in my car chilling. What probable cause do you have to have me? And then you're pulling people out. And it's the aggression and the anger that y'all have. You already coming up to somebody's car with your hand on the gun and then have the nerve to say, well, they don't know. Well, bitch, I don't know what you can do. If the civilian is not showing any type of aggression, any type of anger, any type of danger towards you, there's no need for you to come off aggressive to them first. Like, there's no way we can, and then I think about my children and my daughter. She's innocent, right? And God forbid anything ever happens where they come to the school. These are innocent babies, and I'm not there or around to protect her. Now they're doing door to door, and they're pulling fire alarms to get people to come out. Like, what the fuck? Where are we? What is this? What is this? I can't fathom the world we're living in because of this white piece of shit. And yeah, I said it. I don't think that all white people are the same. We're not going to go there. I don't think all white people are the same. I don't think all white people are racist. I don't think all white people are any of that. So I'm not saying any of that. But for him, I do. This cannot be real life that we're going through in 2026. There's a lot of people that are just black people that are just now getting their life together, that are just now getting their finances together, and now they have to deal with this shit. We can never win. We can never win because there's always something around the corner that has to bust our bubble. I'm trying to find the strength to still move, to still get up, to still be active, to still be present, but it's hard, y'all. It's hard. It's so hard. I forced myself to get up and make this video and continue to record, you know, and it's just tough. It's hard. The only thing I do is work. You guys know, only thing I do is work and do Amazon Flex, do DoorDash. Right now, I'm doing DoorDash. I'm actually about to go home because I got to start work, but that's all I do, right? And so I'm just like, there's no fun in that. I'm not doing anything different. I'm constantly working. There's no new material for content for me to really record. And it's just putting me in a funk and then having to deal with this crap, wanting to stay at home because now there was someone that posted in the Amazon Flex group that I'm in on Facebook that I guess they got word that ICE may be secretly hanging around there. And I wouldn't put it past because they're hanging around a lot of places where immigrants may be, quote unquote, Hispanics. Because when you think of immigrants, the first people you think of is Hispanics, which I'm not saying that's necessarily true. There are a lot of other immigrants in different races, but for some reason they're only targeting Hispanics. But we know, you know, a lot of Hispanics there, you know, they do the Amazon, they do a lot of side jobs, they do a lot of service jobs. They, you know, at the Home Depots, at the Lowe's, at the Amazon Flexes, warehouses, they're, you know, they do those type of jobs, and so they're hanging around there. And I'm like, well, damn, like, I don't know if I want to now go to, you know, do Amazon Flex, which is stopping my money, right? But now I'm nervous to go because I take my children with me. So it's just like, and then I'm now skeptical if I do Amazon by myself or do DoorDash and I keep the kids at home. I'm afraid to keep them at home because they doing door to door, knocking on people's door. I told my son what he should do and what he should not do. I told him don't answer the door under any circumstances. Go in the room, take your sister if she's there. Take your sister, go in the room, don't answer the door. Don't come to the door. Don't say who is it. Don't look out the peephole. Don't say, do you have a warrant? Stay silent. Go in the fucking room, close the door, lock the door, and don't say shit. The safest way you can avoid them when you are at home is not to answer the fucking door. But the fact that I have to have this fucking conversation in 2026, excuse my language, I'm just so frustrated. The fact that I have to have this conversation in 2026, what are we doing? What are we doing? I'm trying to push through, y'all. I'm trying to push through. I'm just so frustrated and I don't know how. I don't know how. On a lighter note, what's been going on since the last time I picked up the camera? I believe I told you guys, we did sign up with a new trainer. And it's been now 3 weeks. I think we've been to 3 practices. So it's been about 3 weeks. Everything is going good. Josiah is really liking it. So I'm really proud and happy for him. Amara is still Amara. You know, your cousin is still, your cousin, your niece, however you want to refer, she's still her, okay? We're still doing cheer. So she's having a good time with that. I'm still working and hustling and bustling per usual. I definitely have a lot of goals that I want to accomplish this year. The crazy thing is that I know exactly what I need to do. I know what I need to do as far as my mental, as far as my physical, as far as my finances. I know what I need to do. I know the steps that I need to take. I know the help that I need to get. I went back and started counseling or therapy. Like, I know the things I need to do. It is the only thing that's stopping me, and it's making it so hard, is my motivation. I am so down with my finances as far as I know that I need to stop doing that. I need to stop allowing my finances to put me in a rut. But I can't help it. Because I'm the only person who is responsible for my situation and my children. I don't depend on, yes, my family helps, but I don't hold them accountable. That's not their job, right? Unfortunately, the people who helped me make these children, I can't count on them. I am the only person that I can count on to make shit shake. Again, yes, my family helps me and I am appreciative of them, but it is not their job. And I hate that I have to sometimes depend on them to help, because I hate it. They have their own responsibilities, their own bills, right? And life is just freaking expensive. Things are freaking expensive, right? And it's just, I know the things I need to do. I know the steps I need to take. I know the help I need to get. I know the things I need to study. I do. I really do. I'm a person that when something needs to be fixed, I need to fix it. I need to fix it in that moment. I have to fix it. If I don't fix it, I can't focus on nothing else. And in this moment, my finances is something I need to fix. Until I get that fixed, I can't focus on nothing else. And I know that's bad because it's stopping me from moving. Because I do understand that if I was to give myself the ability to move around and do other things and not so much focus on finances, then the income will come, right? When you take your mind off of certain things and you focus on other things, what you really wanted help on ends up being helped, if that makes sense. What you really needed help on, what you really needed, ends up coming around, and you end up getting it once you take the focus off of it. And I know I need to stop taking take so much focus off of my finances and do other things, and then my finances will then become what I want it to be. But it's so hard to pull away from that. It's so hard. It's hard to pull away. It's hard not to make that my primary focus. If I say, hey, I'm going to stop doing this, I'm going to stop driving, I'm going to stop doing these side jobs, I'm tired, I'm frustrated, I'm neglecting my house and cleaning my home and taking care. I'm not living in a filthy home, but you know, I'm always out. When I get off work at 5:30, I'm going to Amazon Flex after that. Every single day. I literally had to force myself not to drive on Sundays anymore. So unless I really, really have to, I don't drive on Sundays, but I had to force myself. And if I tell myself, okay, I'm not driving anymore, I'm tired, I'm not driving anymore, nothing's gonna get paid. I use Amazon Flex for my other bills, right? Because my fucking rent is so high. And yes, moving and all of the things, it's hard to move. Everything is expensive, right? So I use that extra money for my other bills, you know, lights, groceries, things that the kids need, stuff like that, toiletries, all of the things. If I stop driving, I won't be able to get those things. So even if I force myself to say, no, you're not going to make money your primary focus, if I stop, it is going to affect our living. So I have no choice but to do these things. Even when I'm exhausted to the ground and I'm tired, I still have to move. I still need to drive or do something to make these ends meet because I have no choice. I feel very, very stuck. I feel like my finances are holding me hostage and I hate it, right? I want to get out of this, right? How does a green piece of paper hold me hostage? I'm too grown for this. So I don't know what else to do. It's a crazy world. It's crazy. I told my son, I'm finna start OnlyFans. He said, Mom. I said, I'm not gonna show nothing. I'm gonna show like my feet. Cause you know, there's a feet fetish. People have feet fetishes. I said, what if I just do my feet? He said, Mom, I'm gonna disown you. I said, listen, I gotta get it how I get it. I gotta get it how I can, okay? It is what it is. Hey guys, okay, so today is a new day. It's the next day. I forgot to continue on vlogging yesterday. That's how I'm so much out of touch with vlogging nowadays. But I'm gonna end the vlog here. I hope I got enough footage, but I'm gonna end the vlog here. It's about 2:24 p.m. So I'm in the middle of my work day. And I'm about to end the vlog and maybe start a new one, but I just wanted to give this an ending here. I know I kind of stopped abrupt in the last clip. But I didn't do anything, but I went, what did we do yesterday? I finished work, went to work, finished work. I did do a block. I forgot to record. Again, I'm out of touch. I could have took you guys on the journey of us doing a block or whatever for Amazon Flex, but I forgot. Anyway, so I'm gonna end the vlog here. I hope you guys, or thank you guys so much for coming back if you continue to watch. I do appreciate all of our followers who do continue to watch us during my hiatus at times that I do on this channel. I do appreciate you guys. I always say that I'm gonna try to do better. I'm gonna try to be consistent. You just gonna have to watch. If I fall back off, my bad. Shit is real, okay? Look at this little stain. No, I think this is from when Amara, I was dragging on my chair, and my daughter tends to sit in my work chair, and it was on the floor and it was dragging on the wheel. So now I got this, look like a little dirt stain. Anyway, yes, I thank you guys so much for sticking with us. I appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you guys on another video. Bye.
I'm thinking you were made for me.